Next question. Best tools for shaving down there? Not really girl talk, but can you talk about how it was to get married at 19? This next one. How do you deal with bad friends? As terrible as that sounds, but it's honestly just better for me, so I just distance myself. Was my wedding night awkward? Confidence tips for acne. How did I deal with bad cramps at school? So this is also another thing I struggled with. The worst cramps ever, which was awful. What is up, you guys? So sorry this lighting is literally terrible, and I'm currently in my car. We are about to go on a road trip. Dallin had a class before we go on a road trip. We're going to a family reunion. We're gonna do a little girl talk in the car while he's at school. So I'm just in the college parking lot of Dallin's school. This parking lot, I thought it was like clear because there's hardly any cars around me. So many people have walked past me, like I'm so shocked. Oh, also Odin's in here. We're gonna drop him off at Dallin's parents' house. And he is loving being in the car right now. He's looking at all of the people. Everyone's just like smiling at him because there's like a dog sitting up front. So we're gonna do like a little girl talk chit chat. You guys love these videos. Also, I just got my hair done, so if it looks a little bit lighter, that's why. I got some little front money pieces. So anyway, let's start off with a banger. First one, do I have an IUD? So I made a whole video about this, but some people might not. If you're new here, you might not know, but I had an IUD for a year, and then I ended up taking it out because I bled every single day for a year. Sorry guys, I gotta turn the air back on. So then I took it out because it just was not working for me. Like I hated it. I always felt bloated and ugh, it was just terrible. Next question, best tools for shaving down there? For me, the only thing that helped me was laser hair removal. Like literally saved me. I would recommend laser if it's possible, or I know on Amazon they have like the laser you could do at home. I could never figure out a way to shave without getting ingrown hairs, so laser was just like the move, and it's the best. Dating advice. Gosh, I don't know. Just when you're dating, be yourself. That would be my biggest advice. And while you're dating, date a lot of people and kind of like figure out what you want. Like there are things that boys that I dated did. This is so awkward. That I was like, okay, I want my husband to have this because this person doesn't have this, or you know. So just like date a lot of different people so that you know what you want for your future spouse, and don't like fake. If you don't like sports and they love sports, don't try to like sports. You know what I mean? Just be yourself, be who you are. I feel like that's how Dallin and I like really like hit it off. We were both just like immediately comfortable and we're both ourselves. Find someone that allows you to be yourself. Find someone that's gonna build you up and motivate you and all that, because yeah. Why are you trying to sniff my drink, dude? Tips for reconnecting with old friends. So like this is such a good one. Gosh, what I would do if I was like trying to reconnect with an old friend, I would like probably comment on our Instagram pictures, or like make sure you're following that person that you want to reconnect with. Comment on their stuff randomly, comment on like their Instagram stories, and if they don't post, just reach out. Honestly, I feel like slowly sometimes, I don't know, just reach out. That's probably like the best thing to do, you know what I mean? For some people it's easier to just reach out, and other people it's like they don't want to just like reach out if you haven't talked for a while. So maybe like randomly just like commenting on their posts or whatever and then reaching out, that might be good. I don't know, I'm not the best person to answer for that question, but that's what I would do. How do you know if a guy likes you back? Probably with Dallin, like he just told me, but I know some guys aren't like that. I don't even know. This is going terrible because I'm the worst at giving advice. Gosh, you guys. Dallin just told me, so I don't really have, if they're constantly still talking to you, that's probably because if they're ghosting you, they probably don't like you. Anyway, okay, next question. Not really girl talk, but can you talk about how it was to get married at 19? So yes, I got married when I was 19. Literally so crazy if you guys are new here. Me and my husband have been married for a little over a year, and honestly, it was great. We had some people that weren't very happy about that, but like our parents were happy about it. Our parents knew we loved each other and they could just feel like that we were really right for each other. Obviously there were people that judged, but I wouldn't have it any other way. Like, I would have just been dating him, so I'm so glad that we get to like actually like start our life together and just like literally be with each other 24/7. Like, that's my favorite thing ever. But it's definitely not right for everyone. Like, make sure you like, Dallin just completely felt so different than every other guy, and like I just immediately knew when I met him that he was the one. So it's like really crazy. I know a lot of people say that too, but for me, like, I just knew he was the one when I met him. So if you are like having second guesses, then they probably aren't the one. But for me, I didn't have any second guesses with Dallin. Like, I just loved him. So it's definitely not right for everyone, but it felt right for me. Yeah. Ooh, someone said, what are my favorite recipes? Favorite go-to recipes. So my first like 6 months, no, maybe even like probably like our whole first year of marriage, I was so terrible at cooking. I would literally in my apartment cook like the same thing every freaking day. But for me, I didn't care. I was like, well, I don't care if I have to eat this again or whatever. Or I would just like go out to eat. Like, I should have been smarter with my money and not gone out as much as I did when I was living in my apartment. I really did try to eat at home like quite a bit. Like, I ate out at home most of the time, or I ate at home most of the time, but there were definitely times where I ate out because I was like, I just don't feel like cooking. My favorite go-tos were enchiladas that my friend Avery had taught me how to make when we lived in our apartment. So I made those a lot our first part of marriage. I made like Cafe Rio burritos. Those were really good. I made I don't know, but now, because that was like getting so hard, and feeding 2 people is literally the hardest thing ever. At least for me it was. And I felt like we were just wasting a lot of food because we didn't eat everything because it was just the 2 of us. So I'd make like a 4-person meal, 5-person meal, and it would just go bad. So I've been using this thing. This is not sponsored at all. Like, not at all. I've never gotten anything from this company, but I use this company called Home Chef. I love their meals so much. Me and Dallin get 3 meals from that company a week. So basically they just send you the perfect amount of ingredients for how many ever people is going to be fed, and it's literally been awesome. I've learned so many new recipes. They're always so easy. You can like even say, I want a 15-minute meal that takes only 15 minutes to make, or it can be faster or longer or whatever. I love it when he just puts his head on my hand. Just rest in it. And they send you like the recipe cards, so I just save them in a little booklet so that I can make them in the future if I want to make them again, if I really loved it or whatever. But yeah, they send really easy stuff, so I love it. This next one, how do you deal with bad friends? I just don't. I just kind of distance myself from them. As terrible as that sounds, but it's honestly just better for me, so I just distance myself. As harsh as that sounds. Was my wedding night awkward? Not at all. Not at all. Especially because me and Dallin were like so comfortable and close with each other. Like, we just like, I don't know, if you know your significant other is the one, it shouldn't feel awkward at all. What are you doing, guy? Okay, I literally have such bad service in my car right now in this parking lot, but it doesn't get better anywhere around here, so it'd be like worthless if I tried to drive around because I already know, because I've had to wait for him while he's in class before. But someone said confidence tips for acne. So for me, if you guys have been following for a while, or if you haven't, I'll just tell you anyways. I was on Accutane my junior year of high school. I had the worst acne ever. There's a YouTube video up on our channel. Just search Alyssa Accutane. That's my maiden name. So first off, to cover it up, I would not use any liquid product. I only use powder product, and I used, in that Accutane video, I share about what product I use, I'm pretty sure, like help cover up my face, but I had to use a powder foundation, and that was the only thing that helped because the other stuff would like peel off and you could just see my acne, and it made it look way worse than it actually was. I mean, it was really bad, but it made it like way worse. So that was the one thing that helped me be able to cover it a little bit better, is powder foundation. That's like literally the only thing that worked. For being confident, literally I would just not, like, I would look in the mirror, like the viewfinder on here is like so tiny. I would literally look this far away from the mirror, put my makeup on enough to like see that it looked okay, but I would never go really close to the mirror and try to like pop things, because that just made it way worse. At night I would put like tretinoin cream on it, or any acne cream on like my zits, and then if I had zit patches in high school I would have used those, but those weren't really a thing when I was struggling with acne. And drinking a lot of water helped too. But yeah, I just like had to not look at myself in the mirror, and anytime I took pictures, I don't even think I took a ton of pictures of myself when I was having bad acne. Like I just like didn't try to look at myself in the mirror, because every time I look at myself in the mirror I was sad about myself and that I didn't have good skin, and I was always worried about other people judging me. But honestly, people don't really care if you have acne, and that took me a long time to kind of understand, because at least for me, when I see someone with acne, I don't notice. Like, I don't just like, oh, they have acne, you know what I mean? Like, if they have acne, whatever, I'm still gonna treat you the same, you know what I mean? So I just had to like realize, oh, everyone's still treating me the same, everyone's still being nice, or some people were rude in high school, but my friends were all so nice to me, and they didn't care that I had acne. They were still my best friends, you know what I mean? So having supportive friends was awesome for me. So definitely find some friends that are supportive, because that helped me so much, and my family was supportive. Yeah, honestly, and less makeup is more when you have acne, because your skin is so textured. Accutane really did help me a lot. I still break out, like you guys can probably see. I have acne on my cheek right now, but I have learned, like, now if I have like 5 zits, I'm like, it's great. How did I deal with bad cramps at school? So this is also another thing I struggled with, the worst cramps ever, which was awful. I would just always make sure I had ibuprofen. I would rest a lot. I would make sure I'm getting like really good sleep when I'm on my period. Even though I hated doing this, exercise helped for some reason. I don't know why that helped, and I'm not a doctor, so maybe like ask your doctor or whatever, but that helped me. Yeah, there were a lot of days I had to skip school because my cramps were so bad, and I'm so grateful that my mom did let me skip school, because I had the worst periods. And I literally, in high school, I had to go to the bathroom after every single class period I had, before the class period, in the middle of the class period, and at the end of the class period, to go to the bathroom to make sure, or else I would bleed through my pants if I didn't do that. So I like had the worst periods. So sometimes I'd have to stay home from school. Something that I really love, and this doesn't have to do with cramps, but I wore like the period underwear, and those helped me because I bled so much, you guys. I didn't want to have to like bleed. I didn't want to bleed through my pants in school, because that's so embarrassing, and that's happened to me before. So I wore period underwear in high school. The first part of my high school, I only wore pads, because I was so scared to wear tampons. And then I finally started wearing tampons, and I would bleed through those really fast. And then now I use Diva cups. Those help so much. So Diva cups, this is what I recommend if you're in high school. Diva cups and period underwear. Those are like the best things for me, so I don't bleed through my pants, because it's literally terrible how bad I bleed through. And period underwear were better for pads than me, because they stayed in place better and they were comfier. That's my recommendation. That really had nothing to do with the question, but I'm so grateful for social media and you guys, and how supportive you guys are to me. Like, I've been really like thinking about this a lot recently. Sorry, I'm going off like on a little tangent, but you guys literally mean the most to me. Like, you guys are so special, and I love you guys so much. Anyway, I think I'm gonna end this video here. It's really hard for me to like get service right where I am to read all the questions, so I'll have to do another girl talk video soon. I know you guys love these. You guys are awesome. Have an awesome day or an awesome night whenever you're watching this, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye, you guys. See you next time.